Much like the film, let's waste no time getting into things. So yeah, here is my review of Venom, Let There Be Carnage. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back today for another review, a very exciting review, because today we're going to be reviewing the film Venom, Let There Be Carnage, or Venom 2, whatever you want it to be. But yeah, check that film out in theaters today, and I got a lot to say. Quickly, though, we're going to have to jump all the way to the end of the film here, because this is the thing everybody's going to be talking about, and that is the mid-credit stinger. Now, I'm not going to tell you exactly what happened because I want you to enjoy it the first time like I did. But I will say that this is a huge step going forward with the Spider-Verse. And when I say the Spider-Verse, I mean in the sense of Spider-Man and Spider-Man properties in the Sony, with Sony. While Spider-Man right now is, with Sony, but in the MCU, when his contract's over, he returns back to Sony. Therefore, all of the speculation of the Spider-Verse and all of the villain movies that they got coming up, they need to have somebody to go against, and that's Spider-Man. So it's the inevitable. This after the credit stinger did not solidify that. It's just further proof of where and how they're going to go with things going forward. Everyone knew Spider-Man was coming back to Sony, but it was just how and when and what would it look like. And this was a huge step going forward for what our idea of what that's going to be. So it was super exciting to see this after the credit stinger and mid-credit stinger, and I can't wait to see it. But when you're talking about Spider-Man, when you're talking about Venom, when you talk about Kraven, when you talk about Morbius, when you talk about Into the Spider-Verse, when you're talking about all of the other Spider-Man movies that came before this, and all of that being meshed together to put out what's going to be the future of the Spider-Verse, things are going to get crazy. And even, with this after the credit stinger, I can't imagine what's going to happen in December when Spider-Man 3 is released. It's going to be crazy, folks. And I can't wait to know what you all thinks about this. What is your speculation, your theories about how this all plays out? So jump in the comments and let me know once you get a chance to check out the film. But by all means, it was definitely crazy after the mid-credit stinger. But Venom 2, Venom, Let There Be Carnage. So first of all, I'll say I like the first Venom. And if you didn't, that's fine. Personal choice. But this one was absolutely a step forward in every direction for that film. This film was funnier. The toning was much more smooth, shall I say. Because it's more on par for what we see with Spider-Man, which we know we have to get them going into the same trajectory. The first one kind of felt like its own sort of type of film. This one felt more like a superhero comic book movie. I felt like the toning was much on par like we've seen with other movies like Spider-Man. So thought that was very important. Tom Hardy as Venom. Just like the first one, their banter between the two of them, which Tom is voicing both of them, it's really good, and it just took a step in the next level. And then that brings our villain Woody Harrelson, who plays Cletus Kasady or Carnage. Also very good banter between the character and the human, the symbiote and the human. So they really brought the humor, and this film was just funny the entire time. And Woody, I just can't have enough of him in any film. I'm just never satisfied. He's so good in whatever role he takes. So I just always feel cheated in every film, because I'm just like, why can't the whole movie just be him? He's just that good, and I just love seeing him on screen. With that being said, I thought he did a really good job in the voicing of Carnage. Very sadistic. It gave me chills every moment he talked, for real. But going back to Venom and Eddie are definitely having conflict throughout this film. So when Venom decides to kind of live his best life without him, was some of the funniest moments of this entire film, where he just decided to hit the nightlife and do whatever he wanted to do. Very, very, very funny. Now, going to the final phase of this movie, the final act, I thought the final battle was much better than the first one. While there was CGI, it wasn't overkill, and I thought it looked really good. I really did like the visuals in the final act here. And yes, this film was not without flaw. I thought most of the flaw for me was within the story, but I still enjoyed it. I really, really did. I thought that the banter between the humans and the symbiotes was really good. The dialogue across the board was really good. I mean, even some adult tone dialogue. I mean, Venom definitely was cursing at times he really needed to, and I was definitely for it. So there's that. But also, I thought this film, you know, exploits more or less Venom's really his superpower, and that's his love language of being words of affirmation, because that was what's helped him level up throughout this film. Venom likes to hear good compliments about himself, which I thought was really funny. But also it was really funny too that this film really nodded at certain things with Spider-Man, like the one thing that you seen in the trailer when Cletus smacks or kills that spider on his table. And then there was a piece of dialogue attached to that, which you was kind of like, okay, I know what you did there. I see what you did there. But then there was another one with Venom, and Venom saving Anne, you know, his old thing. Very synonymous to when Peter tried to save Gwen and didn't. And I was like, I see what you did there. So, you know, that was pretty funny. There was tons of one-liners. I mean, the movie was very, very corny at times, which I get it. It's a superhero movie, which is why I said this one definitely was more of a step of a superhero comic book movie than the first one, because yeah, the corny campy stuff was definitely in there, but you know, you'll get over it. But other than that, it was pretty good. It was pretty fun. I had a good time with it. There was a couple of things towards the end of the film that I was a little confused by, like the last scene with the cop. I was definitely didn't understand that. And then Eddie and Venom happened to leave town. Kind of didn't understand why that had to be the resolution here, but we'll just go with it. We'll definitely go with it. But overall, this was a fun film. I really think if you liked the first one, you would love this one. It definitely takes a step forward. And then if you didn't like the first one, I think you would still like this one, because I feel like this one took a step forward into what you probably are more accustomed to in the superhero and comic book stuff. And then, you know, everybody wants to say, well, I have a Venom movie if you're not going to have Spider-Man and so on and so on. Fine. Things are coming very soon for you. So just wait. Be patient, you know. But overall, folks, I don't even got to tell you. Check this film out. Stay tuned. Stay through for after the mid-credit stinger. Come back in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about it. But this is, again, Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Folks, jump in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about the film overall. And totally tell me your theories about that mid-credit stinger. I need to know what you all are thinking. But until then, folks, stay tuned for more reviews very soon.